HQ, anytime the Baylor Bears make the trip to Lawrence, Kansas, one must ponder Murphy's Law. Despite the success in the Scott Drew era, Baylor 1-17 their last 18 trips to Allen Fieldhouse. They're going to look to wag their finger in the face of history as the top two teams in the Big 12 tangle on Saturday. Good time, Timmy Doyle back in the mix with our guy Chip Patterson. A game of the day potential here, fellas, between the Jayhawks and the Bears. Couple important roster notes to take note of as well. Ochai Agbaji expected back after a brief stint on the COVID list, while LJ Cryer, Adam Flagler remain game time decisions on the Baylor side. Rock Chalk, short home favorites here. Timmy, where are you taking us?
I love Baylor in this spot. I repeat, take out your hammer. Bet it right now. Forget about the points. This is the game you throw in the money line, too, because you're going to get a little plus odds. That's what makes the old parlays start to get real juicy, if you catch my drift here. Baylor has not played since Monday, and that game was actually at home. So they have sat around all week thinking about Kansas. Now, we all know the consecutive Big 12 championships that Bill Self won. I feel like Baylor still plays with that chip on their shoulder that they're being disrespected out there. And if I was Scott Drew, that would be my message. Oh, everyone thinks Kansas is the best team in this league. So the fact that they haven't played all week, and if you really dive into what Kansas has gone through over the last week or so, they've played so many emotional games, whether it was Kentucky, they go to Iowa State, Hilton Magic there, they've had so many hard games. Now they come home where they have stubbed their toe a few times. They go up against a Baylor squad that has 7 guys averaging 8 points or more. So they got diversity. They got different guys that can hurt you at different times. But the fact that they've been sitting around Waco watching that horrible Chip and Joanna, that stuff's cheap. Chip, don't tell me you're buying into the whole Magnolia stuff, okay? Because that stuff looks great on camera, but it's not that good.
It's just Target brand. It's just Target brand. That's all it is, Timmy.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, exactly. I'm buying Baylor in this spot. Chip, tell me you're on board.
I'm not on board. I'm taking Kansas. I just look at this Jayhawks team, and for many of the same reasons that you were worried that they don't have anything left in the tank, I see a Kansas team that has confidence that they can overcome so many different obstacles. Remember the panic all across the betting market when we find out Ochai Agbaji is going to miss the game versus Iowa State? Everyone's hammering Iowa State. It drops from 4.5 all the way to 1.5, and everyone's saying, oh man, I wish it could have gotten that 4.5. And what does an Ochai Agbaji-less Kansas team go out and do? Just be the better team. Dominate. Win the game by 9 comfortably with everyone else stepping up. Sometimes in those moments, I think that confidence gets to the rest of the roster. That confidence gets to the rest of the locker room. I do not think that Bill Self is going to lose 2 straight games in Lawrence. I know that Kentucky game, a little bit off the beaten path and wasn't really a great Kansas performance. I think this is going to be a very, very strong performance. And Joe, as you mentioned, Agbaji back in the lineup, but I don't want to be looking at these game time decisions with Cryer. I don't want to be knowing that Ajinko's been playing through back issues. I just think that Kansas is going to be a little bit more well-rounded. And Baylor might be able to get him in the Big 12 tournament. Baylor might be able to get him in Waco, but this is not going to be the time. I think that Kansas takes care of business.
All right, so it's the Shiplap special for Timmy Doyle. Chip, more of a House Hunters guy, I guess. Elsewhere.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.